You just finished dinner, a real one. You feel full, the kind of full where you lean back in your chair and mean it. Then somebody opens a bag of chips, or a dessert lands on the table, and all of a sudden, you want it. You're not hungry, you just ate, but your hand is already reaching for it. You know this feeling. You have lost this battle 100 times. The easy answer is that you have no willpower. The real answer is far more odd, and it barely involves willpower at all. Because the craving you feel right now was never really about hunger. Here is the key: hunger and craving feel the same, but they run on different wiring. Hunger is your body asking for fuel. Craving is your brain deciding something is worth chasing, whether you need it or not. You can feel completely full and still be flooded with craving. Why? To understand it, you have to travel back to a world that no longer exists. For almost all of human history, food was hard to find. Your ancestors had no fridge, no market, no drive through. They had good years and bad years, and a single run of hunger could end a life. So the brain that lived on was the one with the wiring on grabbing fuel the moment it appeared. And three flavors, above all, meant living another day: sugar, fat, salt. Sugar meant ripe fruit or honey, a quick burst of energy. Fat meant dense fuel for a bad week. Salt meant a mineral your body needed and could almost never find. Back then, these were not treats, they were treasure. So your brain built one plain, powerful rule: when you find sugar, fat, or salt, do not merely eat it, want it, grab it, chase it. Take far more than you need, because tomorrow there may be nothing. The people who obeyed that rule lived through the hungry years, and you come from the ones who could not walk away. Which brings up an odd question. If this is all about wanting, what exactly is doing the wanting in your head? The answer is a chemical you have likely heard of, usually explained wrong: dopamine. Many people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical, but that is not quite what it does. Kent Barrage, a psychologist at the University of Michigan, spent decades pulling apart what dopamine truly controls, and what he found changes everything. Barrett showed that the brain holds two jobs we tend to blur into one word: wanting and liking. Liking is the real pleasure, the joy you find while eating something delicious. Wanting is the pull, the urge, the reaching hand. Those two jobs are not the same, and dopamine powers only one of them. Dopamine does not make you enjoy the cake, it makes you want the cake. That explains almost everything. Your brain can crave wanting up enormously while the real enjoyment stays tiny. It is why you can eat a whole bag of chips and barely taste the final handful. The wanting engine was built to chase fuel, not to make sure you enjoyed it. So, when your hand reaches for the cake you do not even need, that is not weakness. It is an ancient chasing engine doing exactly what it was made to do in a body that already had plenty. And somebody figured this out on purpose. In the food trade, there is a term, the bliss point. the exact blend of sugar, salt, and fat that creates maximum craving. Companies do not guess at it, they tune each product to hit it, the way an engineer tunes a machine. You cannot eat only one is not a slogan, it is the design goal. How powerful is it? Kevin Hall, a researcher at the National Institute of Health, ran one of the cleanest experiments ever done on this. He fed people two diets, one from whole, barely touched food, the other from ultra processed food built for that bliss point. Both were matched for sugar, fat, and calories offered. On paper, they should have landed the same. They did not. On the ultra processed diet, people ate about 500 extra calories a day with nobody telling them to and without enjoying it anymore. The food itself pulled the extra fuel out of them. 500 a day. Not because those people were weak, because their ancient wanting engine met food built to exploit it. Understanding this will not make the craving vanish, but it changes what the craving means. It is not a flaw, and once you can name it, a little gap opens between the urge and the reach. So the next time you lean back from a full dinner and something sweet drifts into view and your hand begins to move before you even decide, remember what is really going on. It is not that you lack willpower. It is that a part of you is living in a world where sugar was treasure and the next meal might never come, still reaching out of pure ancient habit for a treasure that no longer runs out.